Hello boys, welcome back to KSP. Our goal today is simple. Get closer to our other goal of orbiting the Mun, or landing on it, and planting our first Mun flag. Let's begin, shall we? Monkey Space Program shall prosper. Let's load up our old rocket called the Ballsack Exploder. This rocket had done great things, gotten us into orbit, and gotten us a pretty good amount of science to get to Science Junior. Science Junior is basically a small-ass laboratory that apparently kids can use, so Jeb should definitely be able to use it, and I should also figure out how to, strap it on my craft without causing my craft to explode. So, my old laboratory was just a small service bay with a bunch of instruments in it. This one would hopefully get us more science, because all those instruments back there were pretty damn useless. Always make sure to check your staging before you launch, kids. It could have been fucked up. And launch 1 is underway. With launch 1 underway, we could begin to hope and pray that this thing doesn't fucking turn out to be another Challenger disaster. Because, as many people would say, the disasters in this game are much more fun than the game itself. And I can agree with that when my craft turns into an inevitable noodle. But now this orbit won't be very good because I'm going straight up instead of executing a gravity turn, despite me trying to. This is mostly because of me launching it incorrectly and my craft being generally shit. So, I don't blame the investors. Also, lots of you have been asking me to turn on SAS. So, you're welcome. I probably should do that more. And I know I've pissed off a lot of people by not doing it. Or at least made a lot of them go to my comments and complain about SAS. Awesome. Well, what do you think will happen in this orbit? As you said, we crash and burn up in the atmosphere, we'll run out of fuel, we're all wrecked. You can see the liquid fuel that would be needed for us to go back into the Earth instead of leaving them stranded, circling the planet. We ran out of fuel. Yippee! Meaning that Jeb is effectively stranded. And this launch, I sped it up, because it's the exact same fucking thing, but 10 times worse. As you can see, the orbit wasn't very good, with one of the sides of it being really, really close to the Earth. You hear that? That's the noises of our entire fucking craft going to shit. Not good. Really, really not good. Well, we launch again. And, actually properly somewhat executing gravity turn this time. But what is a gravity turn? And why is it important? Let's find out, shall we? Well, a gravity turn is basically when you aim your craft in the way that the planet is spinning so that it assists you in doing your orbit. This also allows you that instead of going straight up and going kind of against it, you go with the planet, not against it, making good orbit and less fuel used. Well, would you look at that? Our ship is in the air. Well, would you look at that? Those faint streaks of orange, as I found out, are not because of air resistance. They're because we're going at Mach 4 and it's compression. Thanks. But wait, what is that faint green line coming from our craft to the KSC? Well, let's find out, shall we? Well, there are two ways you can get science back. One way is actually recovering the craft by landing it and having every scientific instrument that you want science to give you survive. There is also transmitting it. That is called a comlink. This comlink allows you to connect to the KSC, but its range is not infinite. You can increase the range by using satellite dishes, satellites, etc., etc. But transmitting the science does give you less. So if you're on a one-way mission, you might as well just transfer the science. Okay, back to flight. Well, hey, would you look at that? In the time it took me to explain what the hell a comlink is, we've already gotten a nice, stable orbit. One that we will hopefully not fucking burn up in. As you can see by us being much in space. We done it. And this Science Junior will give us a buttload of science that we can use to unlock more funny shit. So, again, this part's pretty long. It's mostly just me orbiting. And deorbiting. I'm just gonna, like, cut this part out a little bit. Well, hi. You're doing it again. We might actually enter the atmosphere and survive. And Jeb will come back alive. Now, witness peak. Well, hey, I'd say that flight was actually pretty successful. We orbited. We landed. And, Jev lives. This was a great flight. But the question is, how much monies did we earn? Because more monies mean better ship. And a better ship means a better flight. And a better flight means that our goal of money will be closer than ever. Hell yeah. And even then, we got a pretty insane amount of science from this flight alone. We got a total of 22 science June. Which is absolute fucking cinema. Now, pretty much done. Goodbye.